Stirring it up with Chef Beee. Live and direct from Nefertari's Fine Cuisine and Spirits right here, Tallahassee, Florida. Very, very popular eatery in Tallahassee. Here are the hours for Nefertari's in case you're passing through here. Also, while you're here, you can visit Amara's Bookshop and Gallery. We have the Egyptian comedic theme. Very excellent restaurant here. Live and direct from Nefertari's. A royal experience. A royal experience, retreats. So many different items that you can see while you're here. So many different items you can see while you're here. Live and direct. Live right here. So we have our stars right here. Stirring it up with Chef Beee.
Greetings, everyone. This is Stirring It Up with Chef Beee Live. I am in Tallahassee at Nefertari, the one and only Nefertari. Yay. And I have the awesome, beautiful, everyone loves him, Baba Kamau as my special guest today.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Today we're making 2 dishes. Our first offering is...
Okay, what I'm going to make is my version of a Nigerian sweet potato stew, which is based with sweet potatoes, peanuts, and tomato.
Ooh, nice. And then I'm going to have a little side dish with that. It's going to be a couscous salad. And we're going to use some essential oils to add some awesome flavor. All right, so let's go on ahead and get started.
All right.
So Baba Kamau, let's talk about how we assemble this peanut soup.
People may be familiar with peanut soups, and it's similar, except this is a stew. What we're going to do is we're going to start with peanut butter, right? So you're going to put the peanut butter in the middle of the pan.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Be careful. Be careful.
It's a little bit oily. Peanut butter, you don't need that much, so I'm going to put about a good tablespoon. You can take a spoon right in the middle of the pan.
Nice.
Now, when you look at it, you think if you add liquid to that it would be difficult for that peanut butter to dissolve. But actually, once the hot water hits it,
yes,
it actually not only does it dissolve, but it actually thickens the water. So it's very interesting, smooth texture that comes out of it, right? So we're gonna add peanut butter. We're gonna add chopped onions.
So this is a one-pot dish.
Yeah.
Very simple.
We're gonna add chopped tomato.
Awesome.
Also, in this dish, people often use spinach. I think traditionally people use spinach in this dish, or some other type of greens. I prefer to use kale in it, and sometimes I put spinach and kale in it.
Okay, nice.
So the reason why I like this dish and I wanted to show it, first of all, because it's a cooked dish. A lot of times when people think vegan, they don't think exquisite cooked food.
Yes.
They think of bland food.
Yes.
You need to understand that it's all about the flavor.
It's all about flavor.
It's all about the flavor. So this is a very flavorful dish. It is also, because it's cool right now, it's winter, it's a hot dish. And where people would often want soup, this is kind of like an alternative to a regular soup.
Nice.
That's extremely nutritious, very full of flavors, and it's easy to make. I'm going to put all the ingredients in, and then we're going to take it and put it back on the stove.
Right.
It only takes about 10 minutes from the time that I get this started for this dish to come to life.
Beautiful.
All right, so I'm going to put a few more.
So good already.
Put a few more.
And
tomatoes.
you guys should smell, I mean, just the peanut butter, the onions, the tomato, already. You know, you're getting excited about the food.
Now, the other thing about this dish is that this also is a coconut oil-based dish.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it also has a coconut flavor in it. All right, so we put our tomatoes in. I'm going to throw in a few cloves.
Okay, nice.
Also for flavor.
Beautiful.
I'm going to throw in actually peanuts.
So why do you have both kinds? Is it for a chunk? Or?
It's for really for both the chunkiness as well as it's kind of interesting, the soft but also firm pieces of peanut.
Nice.
Gives it some healthy dose of peanuts in there.
So this is about a cup of peanuts that he's adding. Come on, my video man. Come and
I
show
got a
us.
cup, yeah.
Yep.
Looking at
Show,
it, see?
Yep, show in there.
Remember the peanut butter's on the bottom. I have a can, full can of coconut milk.
Okay.
Gonna put in there.
Awesome.
All right. This is coconut oil.
So why do you use both? Why do you use the coconut oil and the coconut milk?
Well, the coconut oil gives it a type of a base, like a soup.
Okay.
Whereas the milk is a little thinner, and so and also the oil itself has a very strong coconut flavor to it.
It sure does.
It's not as sweet as the milk, but it's interesting because this dish is both sweet and tart at the same time.
Kinda,
so it's an interesting mix.
I love it.
And
where did you learn how to make this particular dish?
Wow. Okay, so I had a vegan chef once that showed me how to make peanut soup, Ghanaian style.
Okay.
And he was a vegan, and so we used only vegan products in it instead of the chicken. Sometimes they use chicken, sometimes they use fish. So that's how I started with this whole peanut soup idea. And some of the flavors are similar, but then I wanted to add some other products. And then one day I literally was looking at dishes on Instagram, literally. And I was going through it and I said, well, I'm gonna look for a particular African dish I was looking for. In the middle of that, I stumbled upon this sweet potato peanut stew. And I said, I like sweet potatoes.
Yes.
Went to it, looked at it, and said, okay, I gotta try that.
Yes.
I tried it.
Off the
Me
chain.
and all my buddies, we ate it.
Off
Said,
the chain.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
So
right?
see, that's how you do
Okay,
it.
that's how you do it, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of these onions in here.
Okay, so we hit the onions at the bottom, and then it's gonna be on the
All
top.
right. Other things you're gonna add for flavor: cumin.
Okay, good. Yes, we
Right.
love cumin. In Guyana, we call it jira.
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 And also this dish, I like my food hot. Some people don't want to deal with hot peppers. This one, I like a little hot, so if I was making this...
That's a lot of hot.
Right? That's not that hot.
That's a lot of hot. That's okay, though.
That's
we like
cayenne pepper,
That's
right?
cool.
Okay. You can use chopped garlic, or you can use granulated garlic, quite a bit.
And actually, the granule is it's more convenient.
Yeah, it's more convenient. And then a little bit of salt in there.
Yeah, that's not much. I'm good.
Just a little bit of salt. Okay, and that's the main base of it.
All right.
Then we're going to take our sweet potatoes, which for today, I have pre-boiled them a little bit, so they're soft already. But when I make it, I just put the potatoes dry in there.
Okay.
It really doesn't take very long for them to cook down.
Beautiful.
But today so we're going to go ahead and put the sweet potatoes in.
Okay.
Right?
And then our last little thing.
We
we
got
have
green
a few more
onion.
things, actually.
We got green onion. Put that in there. We have fresh ginger. To me, fresh ginger is irreplaceable. I don't really use potted ginger.
Really?
No, I get that. I like that fresh pop from the fresh ginger. So
Yeah, it's really good.
yeah. So we got the cloves.
So I
in there.
notice
We
you're
got-
not taking the skin off of the
I
ginger.
don't take the skin off of
Okay.
anything, pretty much.
You keep the skin on.
Keep the skin.
Nutrients,
Even,
right?
Yep, that's right. Even when a lot of the best nutrients are right near and under the skin and in the skin. So we got some ginger in there. All right, I'm gonna put the. Where's my spoon?
I'm
Here
gonna
it is.
leave this right here.
Okay, so right now you'll see the
that
sweet
looks
potatoes on top.
You can eat that as
You
is.
could, although we're gonna go ahead. You could eat it raw actually, but we're gonna cook it today. And then the final thing before I put my lentils in, which is the other thing. So sometimes another reason why I do this dish is sometimes there'll be certain things like they won't eat.
Yes.
So one thing that I highly recommend and what I like about vegan cooking is that you can mix things that you normally maybe wouldn't eat.
Yes,
but
that's
you put them
true.
together in certain ways that you make
It's
sure you
off
get
the
your
chain.
vitamins. So the same thing, maybe people don't want to eat kale, right? So good, you don't want to eat kale, just throw it in things that you normally do like,
Yes.
and then you're still getting your vitamins.
Yep.
Last is going to be organic tomato paste.
It's like the marinara.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Right. And then we get the lentils.
Okay, so
now
these are
lentils.
nice
These are red lentils that I use. You can use green lentils, but I prefer red. With this dish, I prefer red lentils.
They cook pretty fast,
They
right?
cook very fast, and this actually looks like a small amount, but it's actually quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's actually quite a bit. So I'm just going to sprinkle that over there, maybe a little bit more.
Yep.
Then when this cooks down, it'll be a lot of lentils in there.
Yep.
All right. Last thing is going to be my coconut.
I have another one.
Oh, thanks.
You need that.
I'll give
You got to get me a spoon. You got to bring one back for me.
So I'm going to use approximately a heaping tablespoon of coconut oil.
All right. Love it. Actually, I can use that one again.
Can?
Yeah.
All right.
I can use that. Little coconut oil.
All right, so those are the ingredients. I think I got everything. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, and then finally the kale is going to go in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this on the stove. I'm going to get it started. After it settles down a little, that's when I'm going to add the kale. Okay. And I may add a little bit of water just to make sure that I get enough solution for all of this to cook together. For the beans, because the beans are going to suck up, the peas are going to suck up the water. The potatoes are still going to suck up some of the water. And then the peanut butter is going to make it thick. So I may add a little bit of water to it.
I love it.
As it's cooking, it'll be done in like 10 minutes.
Okay, so you need to hurry back.
I need to go ahead.
You need to go on ahead,
so
hurry back.
That's how much kale.
Actually, you know what? Let's follow you to the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Line up. All right. So what we're going to do, come on back quick, okay?
Okay.
All right. So let me go on ahead and get started on my side dish. It's really, really fast. And what we're going to do, and we're going to pair with our peanut stew, we're going to do as a very simple couscous. So there are two kinds of couscous that you might be familiar with. There's the really thick, they look like pearls. It's called Israeli couscous. And then there's the really small ones. Oftentimes people think that couscous is a grain, but it's actually not a grain. It's a pasta. It's a form of pasta. And it's used a lot in Middle Eastern, Mediterranean cuisine. So what we did, and let me just say this, anytime you're making any kind of grain, you essentially want to do a 2-to-1 ratio, all right? And you can't go wrong. So if you are making rice or teff or couscous or quinoa or anything, 1 cup of that particular grain or whatever it is to 2 cups of water, and you can scale up from there. It's super simple. If you want to flavor the water before you actually prepare the grain, you can do that also. I often like to, because I don't want to use a lot of salt when I cook. As of late, I've really been using a lot of fresh herbs when I make my rices or my quinoas, and they taste really, 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 really good. So what we did here was we took 3 cups of water and we brought it to a boil, and we flavored the water. We used some garlic powder, we used some fresh herbs that were chopped up, and then we added about a cup and a half of the quinoa. Now the thing is, when not quinoa, excuse me, the couscous. When you're making couscous, essentially what you want to do is you don't have to cook this. You bring the water to a boil, and then once you bring it to a boil, you turn the boil off, you turn the water off, remove it from the heat, and then you add the contents of your container or your packet or whatever it is. And then what you do is you stir it in really, really well. You can even add a little bit of olive oil. And then what you would do is you would hit it with some saran wrap. And what happens is it's gonna continue cooking. So that's really what we did here. And if you look, this is what our couscous looks like. So I'm just going to fluff it, and if you look, it's perfect. Like, you can't go wrong with this. So it's perfectly seasoned. If you want to add a little bit more, you can. I'm going to actually make a salad with this, so I'm going to add a few more things to make this just right. So you want to fluff it, because oftentimes when you do make the quinoa, I keep saying quinoa, the couscous, I'm used to making quinoa, so that's how come I keep saying quinoa, but this is couscous. Oftentimes when you do make couscous, what tends to happen is it gets clumpy, so you can use a spoon once you let it cool, or what you can do is you can use a fork to fluff it. All right, and so we're fluffing it so it's nice and loose, all right? And then what we're gonna do, we're going to add we're going to add some cucumbers. So this is an organic cucumber. I just cut it in half and I diced it up really fine. And then we're gonna just add it in the middle here. We also have some tomatoes. Now, I like grape tomatoes. These tomatoes are really, really sweet. You can actually eat them, you know, just like a snack. And I'm going to add that here as well. And isn't that pretty? Look at those colors already. Just really, really nice. I'm also going to add some raisins. You can use some currants, but today what we're going to use are just regular raisins. And we're gonna add that to this, right? We're also going to add some garlic powder, right? So once again, you know, you can use fresh garlic or you can use, you know, the chopped up garlic. You could do that if you like, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring this together like so. So look how pretty that looks. Nice, right? Who do we have today hanging out with us?
Looks like a Covier.
Kobe! Big ups to Tallahassee.
Mel Christopher Young.
Hey, Mel Chris, what's up, what's up?
Mama Kiara.
Hey, Mama Kiara, how are you?
Darlene Joyce.
Oh, what's up, Darlene Joyce? Very, very nice. All right, so what we're gonna now do is we're gonna just make a very simple vinaigrette, real simple. And I'm gonna use just a few oils with that. So I'm gonna just hit this with a little bit of olive oil, okay? So a little olive oil. I'm gonna add some dill essential oil. And I love this. I mean, it's a subtle flavor, but it's a powerful flavor. And I'm going to add like 2 drops of the dill essential oil to my little vinaigrette, okay? I'm also going to add cilantro. Last week we were talking about cilantro as a really powerful detox for removing heavy metals in the body, all right? So you wanna bring in cilantro as much as possible into your diet. So I didn't want this particular dish to have all the different herbs, like the view of the herbs or the actual herbs in here, but I wanted the flavor of the herbs. So when you're using essential oils, you can decide. Sometimes people really want all of the herbs, all of the greens inside of the dish, but we have the greens inside of the peanuts too. So I just really wanted the flavors of those herbs inside of my my couscous dish. All right. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm just going to just blend those together. It's like that simple. Really, really simple. Okay. And then I'm gonna add it to my couscous. So we're gonna push this together. So let me just say this also, you know, there are folks who are like, oh, I hate making rice. Oh, what are some options? You have so many options with the different grains that are out here. Now, once again, this is a pasta dish, and oftentimes people don't realize it's a pasta dish, but you know, I think it's fun. You can actually even make your dish and eat it like this for lunch if you wanted to, but I'm really excited to see what it's like when we add the peanut stew on top of it. So we could have also added some, you know, we could have added some basil to this if we wanted to. You know, you decide. You know, I like to do these as just sort of an idea, you know, give you guys some inspiration for things that you can put together, but you really, really, really can do whatever you want to do. So this is done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually plate this. Baba Kamau.
Yes.
We ready?
I'm on the way back.
All right. So Baba Kamau's coming back. I'm plating my couscous. Woo! How we doing?
We're doing well.
We're doing well?
We're doing
Look
well.
at my
Right
couscous.
here.
Look how pretty that is. Right?
Nice and fresh.
Very fresh. And I think this is gonna be lovely on top of the peanut stew. All right, so Baba Kamau is going to get the stew. So what kinds of stews do you guys like to eat? It's cold outside in Atlanta. Someone just told me today that the temperature for the rest of the week is going to be about 20 degrees. I'm like, what the? So what kind of stews do you guys like to eat whenever it's really cold outside? We doing peanut stew today. Look how fast that was. That's crazy. It's pretty much done. What do y'all like? I know for me, I like to do my little dal. That's a nice stew that you can put over a grain.
One viewer said lentil.
Lentil stew, beautiful, awesome.
Lentil, another 2 votes for lentil.
2 votes for lentil, yes.
From Chef Vivi.
Hey, Chef Vivi. Wonderful. And what other stews? I know that some people also, they'll take a soup and then they'll, reduce it so that it can be considered a stoop. So that's soup and a stew kind of one in one. It's kind of cool. So if you're adding like potatoes, things of that nature, you're gonna get that thickness. Look at this. Look at this stew. And we're about to eat this. Wow.
See, if y'all was here, y'all could have some of this.
You know what's beautiful about this dish? There's not, you didn't overcook the kale. The kale is still very vibrant. The kale is very beautiful.
You basically use the heat.
Man, look at this. I'm gonna try.
So this is basically what you're looking for. Now, the color and the flavors depends on, of course, how many spices you put in there.
Woo!
Right?
Look at that.
So, for example, I tasted it. I would probably put a little more.
Okay. We also have clove essential oil.
No, I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, they got clove essential oil. Now, it is powerful, so
yeah,
you got to be careful when you're using that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
With this, I love what you're doing. You're mashing it and then adding it in there. That's wonderful.
Someone also mentioned curry veggies and chickpea stew.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So these are all some wonderful stews that we can add into our diet during the cold season.
Yes, like I said, this is
That's
with
done.
Kale. That's done. The lentils will soften up in the heat of the water.
Beautiful. Look
The
at
liquid,
that.
I should say, and you can try it now.
Can we try it? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I plate with my?
Do your thing.
Woo!
So while we're doing that, let's hear some amazing things about Baba Kamau and Nefertari's.
Yes, tell
our viewing
tell our
audience.
viewers.
Nefertari's Fine Cuisine and Spirits.
Yes.
We cook at Nefertari's. We cook healthy, regardless of whatever your diet is. We have everything from raw platters to vegan to vegetarian if you eat milk products to fish to chicken for people that eat chicken to lamb for people who eat meat. We have a truly international cuisine. We cook food, dishes from around the world. That's one of the reasons why I was looking at, that particular day I was looking at African dishes. We cook, I always say we cook like grandma cooks at home. We don't pull any punches. We cook every dish to order. We use organic spices. We use organic products as much as possible. Even with the animal products, we get our lamb from New Zealand where they don't change the animal. It's still an actual lamb.
That's incredible.
It's a little more costly, but when you understand that food is your foundation health plan, I always say your best mental health and physical health plan starting out is what are you eating?
Yep.
And so we put a premium on good gourmet cooking, fresh, and also organic as much as possible. We have a large vegan menu. Sometimes I got people that are so regular now, they'll come in, they know I cook stuff for myself that's not on the menu.
And
they'll say, what you had on Thursday, I want to try that. Or sometimes I'll post these dishes, like I posted this one before, and they'll come in and they say, well, I got to have that stew, So this is the kind of place we are. We try to meet all dietary needs. I have some children that have very difficult dietary requirements, and the parents know they can come in and say, I just need this in the food, no salt, no oil, whatever, and we'll do that, we'll accommodate that.
And I'll tell you, y'all, I've been here all weekend hanging out with Baba Kamau, and the food is off the chain. I'm really sensitive to salt. It wasn't salty, but it was incredibly flavorful, delicious, and I'm so thankful that we got some time together.
Yes.
So let's eat. Let's try this.
Try that.
Okay, let me try.
You try it. Yeah, I already know. I already know.
Man. Okay, so I'm making this for My family.
You gonna try that out? Gonna try that at home? You should. Look, you should try this out. I'm telling you. It's a little bit complicated because a few more spices maybe you normally use, but it's very unusual, very nice
I want
flavor.
you to taste it because the cilantro essential oil is in there and the dill essential oil. Tell me if you taste it. All right, so the other thing is, I'm giving a shout out right now. A co-VA. She told me to tell you hello.
What's up?
She's on the line right there.
Hey.
She's checking us out. Kiara.
That's right.
All right, all your Tallahassee folks, ATL.
My ATL Tallahassee.
They're like, that's my baba.
What's up?
That's
What's
my
up?
baba. So
They always say when they come to town.
oh my God.
Man, this is great. The cucumber.
So
This is
you can taste
fantastic.
it. Yes, beautiful. Oh my gosh. So if you are in Tallahassee, you need to be at Nefertari's. This place is incredible. It's like I'm at a palace.
Wow.
You can actually show them some of the space. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful space. All right. You guys have jazz here, music, yoga classes. Beautiful. Just all sorts of awesome things for us.
We also have other events like today. We have all health promoting events. We have a lot of that here.
Beautiful.
In different arenas. So yeah, a lot of different types of healers have done programs and also classes here. Pretty soon, I'm going to be opening Arquette University. A lot of my students that have had me over the years have been talking to me about going online and teaching the courses, certain courses. My favorite course and the one that most people know about and request is the Anatomy of Racism course. So this course is going to be online. We're going to be having courses on different topics. Also, our understanding of psychology, which is not the Western view of psychology, but based on historical information, where we know that ancient people for centuries have known a lot about the human condition, human function, bioenergetic reality, which we don't even talk about in the Western world. And this is all going back to how can we be healthy if we don't understand ourselves?
Yes.
We can't. So.
I also have to say that this is Dr. Baba Kamau. He has a PhD in sociology, in psychology, right?
I'm a clinical psychologist by training.
Absolutely. So he knows what he's talking about. Everybody comes to him for advice. He is one of the community Babas. Tell them how they can reach you in regards to Nefertari's. What's the website?
The website is www.nefetaris.com, NEFETARIS.com. And everything that can get you to me and to our place is on that website. You can also reach me at www.akhetworld, that's AAKHET world.com.
And I'm going to post all of that in the thread for this particular Facebook Live.
Okay.
And we're going to wrap up because we got to get back to Atlanta, back to the cold.
And I'm going to tear this up while y'all playing around.
I'm Chef Beee. The way you reach me, www.chefbeee.com. Subscribe for the Plant-Based Meals to Go program.
Tell us about that program.
So the Plant-Based Meals to Go program, you know, they're folks who are on the go. They don't have time to prepare food for themselves. So I do the work for you. So it's a 3-day, 5-day, 7-day meal plan where you can get plant-based meals that are mostly organic, very healthy, not a lot of, you know, savory, super salty, just really, really healthy meals for folks who just don't have time to prepare them themselves. You can also see the cooking shows on the website. You can also buy merchandise on the website for the holidays, for Kwanzaa. Get yourself a Kwanzaa t-shirt, that plants nourish you, or ooh baby, I like it raw. And then you can just also keep up with all the crazy, wonderful, amazing events that we're doing. We're also going to be launching our next Be Essentially Well tour date. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be in Nassau, Bahamas in the next couple weeks. So if you subscribe, you can get all the details of that. I think that's everything. You have anything else you want to share with
I
everybody?
just want to say you need to check that page out and make sure that you get up on this cooking and also on these essential oils.
Yes.
Because I got hooked this weekend and I know about it, but then she sprayed a few things on me. And I told her, I said, you put a spell on me, didn't you? But yeah, you need to check that page out.
Super, super healing.
Yeah.
So thank you again.
Thank you. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
All right.
And
so
I got lunch.
Yeah. So come on. Today we close. We open.
We close today.
Close
today. On Monday
That's
and Tuesday.
okay.
We close.
But they might come asking for the peanut stew. So,
all right.
You know,
all right.
just in case.
Sweet potato stew. That's what you asked for.
Okay, sweet potato stew. But we taking some back to ATL.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll make sure I make some this week.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Next week we have Carla DeRosa. Next Monday at 1 o'clock at Peach Pantry back in Atlanta. All right.
Hey,
Talk to you soon. Peace, peace.